Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. Now, this is episode 3 in the BVTV Stewards of the Future trilogy with author Helle Bank Jorgensen. So, hello for the final time, Helle.
Well, hello, Malcolm, and hopefully not the final time.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
really
not. This book has got about another 20 interviews, and I've got to tell you, it is brilliant. Hello, this BVTV channel you're kindly guesting on, our conscious and green business, focuses on aspects such as net zero, carbon reduction, ESG matters, climate change, which I think too many boards think are either an imposition or something just to edge around at the moment. Now, I'm suggesting that many haven't considered the opportunity their business can gain through change. What's your thoughts here? And how does your book help them see such opportunity?
Well, thanks, Malcolm. And I think, that we're talking a lot about greenwashing at the moment. So I think most boards say, how do we ensure we don't get to that greenwashing? But I love your question about the opportunities. And what I often see is like, let's look at the dream. Let's look at those position where we think about, yes, we have the best talent. Yes, we have that innovation that makes us go ahead of the curve. We're saving money because we are not wasting. We are getting a higher price for our goods and services. We have a great reputation. We have, customers are saying, well, you should go and buy from them and them because they are doing, good things and have that purpose in place that people want to support. What if we have stakeholders that not only promoting, but perhaps also defending you? Because there will always be someone that says, what about this and this? And instead of them saying, oh, okay, maybe I should not buy from them, but actually make you aware of it and that help you become even better. So what I've tried to do in the book, yes, there are a lot about here are the risks, but there's also what are the opportunities. And I think so many companies are not seeing the opportunities that they have right in front of them. So many board of directors are not asking the questions that make us think differently and really get to that. What is the opportunities? I think we was the chair of Maersk, the big shipping companies.
Yes,
that is one of those many contributors in the book. And Jim Hagemann Snape is speaking about, that sustainability should not be an afterthought. We need to ensure that we have that recipe for changing. And that's, he has also have a book that's called Dream and Details. But I think that really question yourself, what can I do better for business and for society? And I think, the book, what I've tried to do in the book is structured in 11 chapters where we have these key issues. And you said before in terms of the questions, but I actually start with why this matters. What is the subject, why it matters. How do you prepare? As you say, this is a guide, right? We have a case study we have this guidelines for competence boards and then the 10 questions that you're talking about in the exercise. And I think that exercise is where you start really getting the opportunities in front of you. Because when you start asking questions, when you start discussing from an integrated thinking point of view, an integrated mindset, you suddenly say, oh, we could do this. And oh, we actually have those assets already. What if we turn this around? And I'm just thinking, I think we talked in terms of this thing called the Sustainable Development Goals in
SDGs,
SDGs, right? And some saying, well, those are the 17 biggest pain points of the world. They are the 17 biggest opportunities of the world. Those are the ones that the world say, how can we achieve that? It's based on a stakeholder dialogue all over the world. We have investors that say, well, this is the best catalog for investment because countries are investing, etc. So I think it's very much about having that mindset and having that integrated thinking and that can really lead us to definitely manage the risks, definitely see the risk. And I hope that it's not just see the risk when they're right at your doorstep, but have that foresight and saying, what are the risks that can hit us? But the other side of every risk is an opportunity. And there are so many opportunities that's out there that we are not actually taking advantage of right now.
I've lived my life, no problems, always opportunities. But the thing I think is important, Helle, is that board members don't have to be experts in all of the different angles. They can obviously employ people, but they've got to have the curiosity you were talking about beforehand, and the courage to take action, haven't they?
Well, they do, and I think also having that foresight, and I think what I'm also trying to do when I train board of directors and executives and asset managers, for that matter, is to have that understanding of what is it that's coming down the pipeline. What are the issues that will hit us? Because the second word hitting us, well, we are reacting. What if we can be proactive? And in the book, I'm talking about the late Ray Anderson, the CEO of Interface, and Ray Anderson said at some point, in the future, people like me will go to jail for plundering the earth. And I think many were saying, well, yeah, but that's the cost of business, right? But he started seeing, what if we can have a business that's regenerative? What if we can look at things in different ways? And he built a business. I mean, you and I also talked about circular economy. It's a business model, right? It makes you money. It's not a cost. It's actually something that makes you money. We have Maersk that I just mentioned the chair before, but Maersk have now embarked on how do we get green fuel for shipping? Yeah, they now attracting the customers. They're now able to do things in different ways, and they are attracting the talent. Right. So it's that positive circle. And I think that's where I'm hoping that, by reading the book, people go like, oh, I actually have so many opportunities. Let's make sure we manage all these risks. Let's make sure we have that insight, that we need to ask the right questions. We have the foresight, but let's also make sure that we take advantage of the opportunities. That's what's going to get you the talent. Will not say young people. It's also us, a little bit older than people. Brilliant. Right. So yeah.
Thanks, Helle. Now, let's give viewers and listeners details of your website address, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let me spell it out. It's all the W's, competentboards.com, all the W's, competentboards.com. Now, I was truly looking forward to meeting Helle, because this book here, but it's published by Barlow Publishing, by the way, Stewards of the Future, a guide for competent boards. As I said beforehand, I wish I'd had it 20 years ago then, but then again, it is so of the moment. I mean, it explains in here things like managing the coming out of the COVID pandemic, the opportunities that can occur. There's so much here that is of the moment that I just have to congratulate Helle. Totally get it, miss it. Get the book. I was truly looking forward to meeting Helle, especially after reading the book, though. She's a wake-up message that's not just all about boards, but also business owners with senior management teams. They need to get it if they want their business to be the business of the future. No, the admired business of the future. Thanks, Helle, for a great trilogy.
Well, thank you so much, Malcolm. I've truly enjoyed this, and thank you so much for all the positive about the book. I think we need, all of us needs to be stewards of the future.